do you mind me asking your name and what you do for Wikileaks here?
My name's Clark Steckley, and I drive the Wikileaks Truck, the first and only Wikileaks Truck.
And you guys are directly associated with WikiLeaks and Julian Assange and all that, or not so much? Or
WikiLeaks is a volunteer organization.
Okay.
When I bought the truck and put the decals on it, it was all volunteer. It was
oh, I see.
Straight out of my pocket.
Oh, okay. I had no idea. All right. I saw you guys got towed. Was it last month? And I was curious what happened. I didn't hear it. All there is a video of you getting towed with no explanation, and people ask about it.
I was parked right here, and it was on a weekday. Now, I've been parked here on weekdays since the beginning without having any trouble, but on that particular day, Fox News showed up and they couldn't find a parking spot. So they went to the police and asked me to get towed. And so then police came over, gave me a ticket, parking ticket, and when I showed up to move my truck, the police officer grabbed my hand and took the keys out of my hand and would not give them back to me until the tow truck showed up. And
so while we were filming just now, a police officer came up and asked if you had a permit. I'm guessing that they probably don't do the same thing to CNN's truck and to...
well, no, they have NYP plates.
Oh, I see.
My usual response is I'm media. And then they say, well, you don't have NYP plates. And I say, well, I'm from DC. And, you know, because I've got Maryland plates. And tell them that we're international news, not just New York news. And then they usually just leave me alone.
Okay. So you haven't noticed anything really personal from the police or anything yet, or has it felt like you have?
The first day I was down here, I got pulled over and searched randomly. First day they didn't have the checkpoint on Broadway and Cedar like they usually do. Because it's a weekend, they don't do that on weekends. And so I drove around the financial district about 10 times, and in my 10th lap, about 4 or 5 cops pulled me over on their mopeds and or their scooters, and pulled me over and said, we need to look in the back of your truck. And I had a few words for them, you know, where's your search warrant? And they basically said, well, you're a box truck driving through the financial district. I'm like, yeah, there's a lot of box trucks driving through the financial district. I think you're picking me out because of what my truck says. And then I conceded and said, you know, usually I go through a checkpoint when I come down here, but you don't have that going. And you all need to think about the constitutionality of random searches rather than an actual checkpoint. Because now you're discriminating. And I guarantee you, whoever's going to put a bomb in a box truck is not going to have the words WikiLeaks or top secret on the side of the truck.
Very good point.
Use your head. And this whole time, a large number of people came down with cameras and photographed them and popped the truck open. They saw that there was nothing in the back, and it was basically allowed to go. But that video has, you know, 30,000 YouTube hits. And
oh, there's a video of that.
Yeah, somebody put a video.
I need to look at that. Okay.
And you know, it's got more YouTube hits than any of the videos I've made of the truck. So it's.
Have you found that your presence here has been has there been something that's happened, like a significant addition that you've had here? Have you found by chance you're more trusted maybe by people who come in here or anything like that?
The truck has been used for a number of things. For example, today I went and got tents and pallets.
Oh, okay.
Large army tents and pallets to set them on top. And, you know,
I could easily see association with this truck getting more trust from in there.
Right.
And I mean,
when I drove through Times Square on...
I saw the video of that where there was cheering and all that, yeah.
So that was definitely the highlight of the occupation so far, was driving through Times Square and having like 6 blocks of protesters on both sides cheering, kind of like in a wave as I was driving down. It was like a one float parade.
So are you guys making anonymous masks and painting them up? And I've been seeing those around. I've been seeing the
So these are the
unique
store-bought ones that you can get for $10. And we just put a YouTube video up of us taking one of these, creating a mold, and then casting it in polycarbonate and painting them by hand.
and doing real ones, like hard ones, like the character in the movie has.
We make polycarbonate ones, and we also make bulletproof carbon fiber masks as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And donations for those go towards the Wikileaks Truck.
How much are they?
They're $100 for the polycarbonate, $350 for the carbon fiber bulletproof.
Well, that's kind of actually pretty amazing.
But, yeah, I mean, like these have about $50 in materials in them, so the other half goes towards the truck.
What's bulletproof? What kind of material do you use that's bulletproof?
Carbon fiber.
Wow, and it can be as a mold, and it's simple and easy?
We take many layers of carbon fiber, and then we laminate it with an epoxy resin.
By chance, did you make the bulletproof mask directly related to the, or whatever, in solidarity with what happened in Oakland with the soldier who got hit in the face?
That was a coincidence. Yeah,
it was okay.
We've been making bulletproof armor for a few years now, so it's available.
Some of my questions on here are just if you have like inside information on them, like how he's doing on WikiLeaks. I know I've heard rumors that
all the information I collect about WikiLeaks is
the same way any person does.
Way.
Okay.
Yeah.
And let's see. That might be about it right now. I'm just really happy to see you here, and it's pretty brave to drive around, I think, here with this. And
I'm a lot more welcome here in New York than I was in D.C.
Okay, I could see that a little bit.
The first 6 months I had the truck, I was living in Alexandria, Virginia.
Okay.
Which is basically the largest white-collar army base in the world. I was a mile from the Pentagon, and all my neighbors were CIA or Pentagon or in the army of some sort, and had no friends. Had a lot of dirty looks, a lot of middle fingers.
Was this thing parked in your front yard or something? Or
yeah, I had it in a parking lot. You see it right off Jefferson Davis Highway. It was right there, and I mean it was just straight a mile south of the Pentagon. So.
And
there were a lot of people that were very displeased with it.
Interesting. And I guess this just because it actually strikes me as a little shocking, but it's only because I'm so used to, if you display a logo, you have to have some sort of direct connection with them. Right. Otherwise, you're going to get complaints from them. But WikiLeaks is a completely different situation, I'm guessing. And do they encourage this on the site that you people go out and do this?
It's funny that you mentioned that, because yesterday WikiLeaks announced that they are looking for people to have graphics put on their trucks and vans and drive, more WikiLeaks trucks.
Do you think you're the first person to do this? I haven't heard of it.
I know that I'm definitely the first person.
And do you think you inspired that?
Yeah, I definitely.
Well, that's
know
fantastic.
That I inspired that. I am positive I inspired that. Oh, that's about as much information as I want to reveal about that. But yeah,
this is. So I make these Jesus dress-up fridge magnets.
Oh, fuck yes.
Where you can dress up Jesus on the cross.
Oh, yes.
I have several different kinds of them, and I'm such a strong supporter of you guys that I'll give you, for your efforts here, they're magnets, so you can...
Right.
On the, if this is metal, you can put them on the inside here.
You would be surprised, actually. None of this, except for up there,
is magnetic. Metal. Oh, well, that's a...
But I will definitely have a place.
Now, here's the deal, though, but I have a couple. This is the BDSM version of Jesus dress up that you can have if you want it.
That's hilarious.
And this one, Halloween is over now, but this is the Halloween edition.
Well, I gotta give you some.
You can have all three of those if you want. And you may be hearing from me again when I come. If something goes down and I want to come to this truck for information, that's
there you go.
All right, great. Oh, wonderful. Yep.
Yeah,
has there been any news?
Have you seen the back of the truck?
No.
Bradley Manning's been in solitary confinement for over a year now.
Yep.
He moved from Quantico, Virginia to Fort Leavenworth, Kansas. Shortly after I started driving around Quantico with the truck, and freaking out the Marines. But supposedly his conditions have improved a little bit. He's now allowed to wear clothes, and they're not waking him up every 5 minutes. However, he has no contact with anyone except for his new lawyer, and his new lawyer is a military-appointed lawyer who works for the military. And without Bradley having any say, the lawyer cut off all communications, all letters with anyone but him. And the UN UN inspectors have not been allowed to have conversations with him. Our government is actually breaking Geneva Convention codes and laws on their own people, and they really don't have much evidence against him except for some chat logs that may or may not have been him, may have been tweaked, by Adrian Lamo, and yeah, it's there's not much, but there is a secret grand jury trial going on in Alexandria, Virginia right now, trying to connect Bradley Manning to WikiLeaks, and no one's really testifying. Everyone's being very hush-hush because the whole trial is illegal, and there's no basis for it. So,
oh, much appreciated.
Yeah.
I've been worried about that kid, actually.
Yeah, me too.
Cool. Thank you so much.
Thank you.